So this is
CPL
what I'm
190
do.
says the defendants are immune from prosecution if they testified in the Parenti grand jury.
Tanofsky was arranging for the
How
defendants to enter the
I'm
witness
going
protection
to draw a
program.
picture.
He'd hardly have done that
I'm
if
gonna
they
cut
were
out 3, 2,
cooperative.
1,
That
bye.
evidence suggests only that the defendants may have considered testifying. There's no proof that they actually did. The statute is clear. Immunity doesn't attach until the witness is sworn and testifies.
Jay, I assure you they did.
You want me to conclude that your clients, in fact, appeared before the grand jury because you say they did? What turnip truck do you figure I fell off of, Mr. Wachtler?
Judge.
Your choir boys were prepared to cut a deal once, Counselor. Why not go 2 for 2? There being no demonstrable imposition of immunity here, people are free to pursue prosecution against these defendants.
How are we going to prove Piscotti and Libretti killed Parenti without a body, a snitch, or a motive?
Tanofsky thought he had enough of a case to go after Tortomasi with Libretti and Piscotti as witnesses.
Yeah, well, whatever's missing from his files would come in handy right about now.
What did the arresting officer say about their alibi?
Working a construction job.
Their alibi was Tanofsky's proof. Tanofsky was certain that Biscuits and Books killed Parenti because Tanofsky knew where they stashed the body. Got a pair of hands here. Bobby Parenti. In the flesh, so to speak. How the hell did you know where to find him, Counselor? Tanofsky, Dan would never open a grand jury on the say-so of a snitch, so you figured he had more. And I think he wanted us to find him. Dan gutted most of the case file, but not all of it. He left a Department of Public Works order for him. How you lost him? 10 years ago, the city was ripping up the same area.
The concrete subcontractor doing the work was Tortomasi Ready Mix.
Biscuits and Books alibi, those dumb bastards.
Killed Parenti and buried him in the abutment.
And when they heard the city was ripping everything up again, they knew the body had been found.
The only one who could tie it to the three amigos was Dan Tanofsky.
Let's call Wachtler. Ask him if his clients are ready now to testify against their boss again.
Where would you like to start?
Every death has at least 2 stories. If only the who was as easy as the how. Something terrible came into me that night.
Prove your theory. We gotta find out what the hell's going on here.
Maybe this will tell us where.
Maybe this. Tell us who.
Sometimes this job gets to me.
Yeah, me too, buddy.
Me too.
You've gone from a suspect.
To a witness. Now it's up to you to help us find the real killer.
CSI, all day Friday, starting at 11:10 Central. Ion Television, positively entertaining.
So, you're having trouble getting car insurance?
Yeah, my insurance company, totally dropped me, man.
Your driving record's gnarly, bro.
We told them to call the general.
First rate, no rate you can get online. Go to the general and save some time.
It's 6 a.m. 40 million Americans are waking up to a Gillette shave. And at our factory in Boston, more than 1,000 workers are starting their day building on over 100 years of heritage, craftsmanship, and innovation. Today, we're bringing you America's #1 shave at lower prices every day, putting money back in the pockets of millions of Americans. As one of those workers, I'm proud to bring you Gillette quality for less, because nobody can beat the men and women of Gillette. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Before I had the shooting, burning of diabetic nerve pain.
These feet like to style my dog as a kid.
And were pumped to open my own salon. But I couldn't bear my diabetic nerve pain any longer. So I talked to my doctor, and she prescribed Lyrica.
Lyrica may cause serious allergic reactions, suicidal thoughts or actions. Tell your doctor right away if you have these, new or worse depression, unusual changes in mood or behavior, swelling, trouble breathing, rash, hives, blisters, muscle pain with fever, tired feeling, or blurry vision. Common side effects, dizziness, sleepiness, weight gain, swelling of hands, legs, and feet. Don't drink alcohol while taking Lyrica. Don't drive or use machinery until you know how Lyrica affects with you. Those who've had a drug or alcohol problem may be more likely to misuse Lyrica.
Now I have less diabetic nerve pain.
Ask your doctor about Lyrica.
New Stouffer's Fit Kitchen Bowls. Balanced, nutritious, and delicious. With 22 grams of protein, savory vegetables, quinoa, cashews. Together in perfect harmony. New Stouffer's Fit Kitchen Bowls. This is fit.
You're just too Valentine's Day. It's the only day of the year that we can allow ourselves to be in love. Yeah, noise complaint. Mind if I come in?
911, all new tonight on Fox.
Wait, what are we wheeling and dealing here? A large pizza for $5. That's a large. We're not talking 2 mediums. Available only Monday through Thursdays.
It's a large.
Just for $5? For a large? No wheeling?
No.
No dealing?
No.
No hocus pocus.
No?
No sheepy shapping?
It's $5 every day.
Well, that's too bad, because you're missing out. Not just on the wheeling, but also on the dealing.
Get a large Hot and Ready Classic for just $5 every single day. Little Caesars, world's easiest way to pizza.
Pizza, pizza.
1, 2, here we go!
Alive gives you more vitamins and minerals than leading brands. Because when you start with more, you own the morning. Alive.
Official WGU spokesowl here. Today, I'd like to talk about student debt. One reason we created WGU was to help working adults earn a high-quality education without burying them in debt.
Make it stop.
WGU is non-profit. Tuition is half the cost of many other online universities, so students can graduate with a lot less debt.
That would have been good to know.
Online, nonprofit, and surprisingly affordable. WGU. It's a new kind of you. When you look good, you feel good. So make the feeling last. New Tresemme Compressed Micro Mist. A game-changing hairspray for style without stiffness. Whatever your look. Hairspray reinvented. Tresemme puts in the work so you can work it. Candace, 2 minutes. Too late for lunch.
God, you're safe today.
Sweet and spicy tuna in a pouch. Smart choice, Charlie.
No drain, no change. Just tear, eat,
And go.
try our new tuna creation, full flavors.
You got Perenni's body, so what?
We dug him out of a construction site where your clients worked.
Along with 100 other guys again, so what?
We recovered skin from under Perenni's fingernails. EME says there's more than enough for a DNA match.
My guys might be willing to reiterate their original statements for the original deal.
Which was,
Man 2, 5 years probation.
Dan Tanofsky never would make that deal. Why would I?
Because they can give you the man who ordered Parenti and Tanofsky's murder.
I need you to say his name.
Franco Tortomasi.
Man 1, 12.5 to 25. They sign a waiver of immunity before they testify.
Done.
Tortomasi gave the order on Parenti.
The old man hates a squeaky wheel. What about Tanofsky?
He ordered us to hit him too.
How did you get to Tanofsky originally? Did you threaten him to get him to drop the Parenti case?
What threat? 50 grand, he made the Parenti thing go away.
Yeah. All it took was a half a yard.
I don't believe he took a bribe from you.
Well, you believe what you want, Pally.
And when the city started to dig up the abutment where Parenti's body was buried, Tortomasi told you to kill Tanofsky.
Old man said make it look like a robbery. But Num-Num's here. Plunked him in the heart.
He's dead, right?
Franco Tortomasi, you're under arrest for the murders of Robert Parenti and Jacob Dieter, a.k.a. Daniel Tanofsky.
Tell Mr. McCoy he's making a mistake.
Oh, I don't think he gives a damn. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to it.
Mr. Tortomasi had nothing to do with either of these awful events.
Your client was behind the no-show job scam at the Ledger.
which led him to order the murder of Robert Peretti,
He denies that.
which in turn necessitated 10 years later the killing of Daniel Tanofsky.
Your employees have already pled guilty to killing both of them, on your orders.
Can you believe them? Tweedledee and Tweedledee-dum? I'm old school, Mr. McCoy. I wouldn't do that. No cops. No DAs.
Are you accepting responsibility for Parenti's murder?
You misunderstand. My client denies any involvement in these events whatsoever. Let's go, Franco.
My condolences on your loss, Mr. McCoy.
Looks like you get your slam dunk after all, Jack. Plus a little retribution for Dan Donofsky.
I'm concerned, actually. Why wouldn't Tortomasi take a plea?
You come from a long line of warriors.
His henchmen are testifying against him. We gave him a fair glimpse at the evidence and a strong case.
And he wasn't innocent.
Not even a nibble.
We weren't paid for killing Parenti. Not like people think.
But you did kill Mr. Parenti. You and Mr. Biscotti.
Oh, yeah. The boss told Tony to kill him. We killed him. The boss. Mr. Tortomasi.
What did you receive for your efforts?
An obligato. A debt. Mr. Tortomasi was honor bound to us, you know, in the organization.
You killed Parenti, you and Mr. Libretti.
Yeah.
And you killed Jacob Dieter, also known as Daniel Tanofsky.
Yeah.
You shot him in the chest. And then you stabbed him more than a dozen times.
I didn't count, Counselor.
And you did these killings at the behest of Mr. Tortomasi.
Behest. You mean did the boss order the hit? Yeah, at his behest. He called Freddie, but we did it together.
And presumably we should believe you now. Based on your lifelong pattern of lies and perjury.
Objection.
And murder.
Objection.
Deceit.
Counselor, rephrase or move on, Counselor.
Jury is eating it up. It's been a while since the city had a real mob boss on trial.
Serena, Libretti said Biscotti got the order to hit Parenti.
So?
Biscuit said Books received the go-ahead.
That's a slip of the tongue.
Well-prepped witnesses do not slip, not like that.
You can't blame yourself, Jack. We prepped them as much as we could.
Not how we prepped them, how Wachtler did.
Wachtler?
He's been handling those two and us all along.
How and why?
I'm not sure yet. But if he orchestrated this discrepancy, I have to ask, what else are those two lying about? Paul Wachtler's LUDs, his CV, anything you can get on him. Biscuits and Books
There you
are so
go.
dumb they don't remember who told who to kill Parenti and Tanofsky.
Hey, nervous. Trivial error. Even Tortomasi's lawyer didn't pick it up.
He may be slipping. I'm not.
Jack.
Tanofsky loved what he did. He loved the DA's office, loved trial work. He even loved the appeals bureau.
The only thing that could have stopped him from going after your clients was the fear of losing all of that.
Back in 1978, you were a night student at Brooklyn Law, but you took one-day class. Corporations with Professor Hoffman.
I barely remember it.
You had a classmate? The real Daniel Tanofsky? The one who dropped out?
You sat across the aisle from him for 6 months. So,